2024, I had 31,000 followers, multiple brand deals, and I was only making $2,000 a month. Fast forward to 2026, I have 243,000 followers, running a multi-six-figure business. And I've seen 10K in a day multiple times. And the difference wasn't more followers. It was because I stopped trying to be a fitness influencer. In this video, I want to break down 3 things. Why being a fitness influencer isn't what it looks like, why brand deals are keeping creators stuck, and thirdly, what I did differently to build something that's real and that's actually purpose driven. Because if you're passionate about fitness and it's something that you're genuinely trying to make a living from, you might be playing the wrong game. Back in 2024, I was fully committed to being a fitness influencer. I'm talking about posting aesthetic reels, and you guys can scroll back in my IG and actually see it for yourself. But I was posting aesthetic clips, gym content, basically everything was just me with my shirt off, showing my physique. And at the time, I thought that was the goal, to build a following off of my physique. And I was also posting a lot for supplement companies that I was with at the time, doing paid promotions and whatnot, but I was posting every single day. The discipline was there. I was fully committed to the idea of becoming a fitness influencer, and it's something that I genuinely wanted to make a living from. And like most people, I thought brand deals was the goal. I thought I was gonna get to a place where I had enough following and I had enough sponsorships that I can move out of my parents' house, go out into the real world and just live off of brand deals. But no one tells you that most brand deals are actually commission based. I didn't touch anything that was actually salary based until I was at 100,000 followers, right? So with that being said, at that time where I was picking up, going from 30 to 100, bro, I was making, I think like $1,000 to maybe $1,500, right? And that's Canadian. It looks amazing online, but in reality, you're living off of pennies. You can't really do anything with $1,500. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was like shocked, right? Because I was grinding for something, showing up each and every single day, waiting for a company to reach out to me. And when I got to the position where I did have the sponsorships, I was like, dude, is this really what it is? And I'll be honest with you, there's people that make money in the fitness influencing game, but those are the people that have millions of followers, right? And I'm gonna tell you straight, because I was that guy that was showing up each and every single day, staying consistent, posting the content, doing absolutely everything in my ability to get more views, to generate more attention. You guys scroll back into my reels, I was pulling millions of views, hundreds of thousands of views on every single video. And at that time, I was making $1,500 to $2K. And I wanna remind you that you're selling products that you don't even own, right? You have no control, you have no leverage, and there's no predictability. You're literally getting paid pennies compared to what these companies are genuinely making, right? And it's not necessarily a mutual benefit. It's at the cost of your personal brand, right? It's at the cost of your online presence. It's at the cost of the character that you portray online, right? You can be pushing products, pushing pre-workouts that 14-year-old kids are going out there to use to get addicted to pre-workout. That's a real thing. And at the time, that is something that truly convicted me by the Lord. I just didn't feel right pushing something that I genuinely was not, backing. I was there because I wanted my commission. I was there because I wanted free supplements. And bro, I'm gonna be the one to tell you that me being on the other side of the stick, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, right? Free supplements are great, free clothes are great, but at the end of the day, you're making pennies. You're sacrificing your personal brand, and quite frankly, it just didn't feel like me, right? I was always busy, I was visible, I was getting views, but I was still broke, right? I still wasn't able to make the gym something that actually was a full-time income. Even though I stepped away from my job, I was in a position where I was super vulnerable because my paycheck was completely tied to a company that I didn't run, a company that I didn't necessarily know what was gonna do next, right? What if that brand drops a collection of clothes that you don't rock with, like you generally don't rock with, right? What if that supplement company drops supplements that you generally don't rock with and they're telling you to promote it, right? I didn't want my paycheck in the hands of someone else. The whole reason why I stepped away from my full-time job is because I never wanted a boss, and I'll be straight up. I never liked the idea of being told what to do and how to do it, right? Especially with the way I cater to my audience, especially with the way I serve people that follow me online. And what makes it worse is what the influencer lifestyle really turns you into. And you guys probably notice it, right? You start promoting things that you generally don't rock with, right? You start saying things that the brand wants you to say that you wouldn't necessarily say if no one was watching. And from there, your content stops being you and it becomes deliverables. And before you know it, you're playing a character, right? And that's when it hit me. I wasn't building a life. I wasn't building something that was purposeful. I wasn't building something that was having impact, right? Quite frankly, I was renting attention, right? I'll tell you right now that if you genuinely are watching this video wanting to have real impact, wanting to truly inspire people, I'm not just talking about the short-term motivation, the type of motivation that comes and goes, that's Let's Go Gym. I'm talking about the influence, the impact that genuinely inspires men to become better versions of themselves and inspires men to become better characters so that they can support the people that they love, so they can be there for the people they care about. I'm telling you that being a fitness influencer isn't going to get that for you. You have to dig deeper. Promoting your code and doing all those sorts of things. I'm not saying that the free clothes and the free supplements isn't good, but I'm telling you from being on the other side of the fence is that it's not all that meets the eye. And a lot of people lose themselves within the process because it is a very uncertain game. It is definitely a game with high stakes, and quite frankly, it's like leaving your 9-to-5 job to go and do another 9-to-5 job where you have someone telling you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, right? And then it hit me, yo, I'd rather just make the money with my own business and just buy the clothes. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately I got so convicted, I came to a place where it's like, yo, I didn't want the attention. I didn't want people to admire me. I genuinely wanted the responsibility to lead. I wanted people to look at me and get inspiration to go out there and not only get a better physique, but become better men, to do more for the people that they love and they care about, right? To see past just the gym, right? I found that posting my physique and not showing my character led people going down the path that, you know what, it's all about looks. It's all about the six pack. It's all about the broad shoulders, and that's far from the truth, right? And you guys can scroll through my content. You can see the transition. Me starting to slowly find myself, and obviously now I'm at the point where I'm walking in my character truly, but you can see that I was going from something that was super fake to something that was super real, but it was a process and it took time, and it's all documented. You can go back, you can watch it, right? But I'm telling you, I've been on the other side and I've been 100K deep in brand deals and sponsorships, and it wasn't what I thought it was. And I'm making this video out of because I want to reach that person, that man that's disciplined, that's showing up every single day, that's fighting to make his dreams a reality, to inspire and impact. And he's thinking of brand deals and sponsorships and thinking that's his way into actually doing it full time. I'm telling you, brother, it's not everything that you would imagine it to be. Right? I'm not saying that to discourage you. I'm saying that to save you time, right? To save you focus, to save you energy. So I made the decision to stop chasing sponsorships, to stop chasing brand deals, and to actually build something that's purposeful. Something that was focused on building men up physically, spiritually, and mentally. And that was the decision that led me into coaching. And quite frankly, before I got into coaching, I seen a bunch of people jump into coaching, and I was like, yo, that's corny. Like, why is everybody calling themselves a coach? And then I slowly, progressively started to see the impact that these people were having, the lives that they were changing far beyond just fitness. But I'm talking about internal, I'm talking about genuine change. I'm talking about turning boys to men. I'm talking about turning men into better men. I'm talking about turning men into men of faith, right? Men that actually move with purpose, men that move with diligence, men that move with intention. And that's something that I always wanted to do, and I thought I would find it in fitness influencing, but like I told you, it wasn't there. It was full of superficial, and it was full of fake, and it wasn't real, right? You do what you gotta do to get views. You post your videos, you do your deliverables, and then it's repeat. And I got into coaching, and it wasn't because it was trendy. There was a lot of people getting into coaching at the time, and it's because it worked, but it wasn't because it was trendy. It was because it felt right, genuinely. It was something that I always wanted to do, to have impact beyond just surface level, beyond just motivating people to go gym and whatnot. And my perspective started to shift. Right? Influencers post to be seen, business owners post to serve, right? And everything you do becomes an act of service. From the moment that a lead comes in to the moment that they're shot out of your program with the outcome, your whole focus should be on serving, right? When you look at influencing, it was vice versa. You know, everything was superficial. Everything wasn't supposed to make it past surface level, because if it made it past surface level, people might see the real you, right? And that might hurt your perfect image. Business owners build systems that actually lead them to scale predictably. Influencers post and rely on brands to pay them out. That was the difference. I never wanted to be in a position where I was vulnerable. I never wanted to be in a position where my character was at stake. I never wanted to be in a position where I felt like I was being something that I genuinely wasn't. And I was at the time. But running my own business, it was all on me. I was able to show my character, and quite frankly, your business will do better the more character that you do show, right? And it forced me to grow in ways that I could not imagine. Me stepping into that leadership role made me grow at an exponential rate. It made me focus on the Lord 110% more, because I was so convicted in what I was doing, because I felt purpose driven, and that was something that I always strived to feel, and coaching was the thing that really brought it out of me, right? And once I made that shift, my whole life started to change. Like I was saying, my character was developing exponentially, my bank account was developing exponentially, and the impact I was having, most importantly, was growing exponentially. I finally got to see the gifts that God has given me, when it comes to leadership, really bleed through the cracks and really see people go and become a better version of themselves. And obviously it started with fitness coaching, and now I'm in a position where I teach people how to do what I did and become fitness coaches. But when I started fitness coaching, it was like that first glimpse of something real, right? Something real, something that generally felt like Nigel, you know what I'm saying? It felt like me. During that time, my first week I did $3,400 USD, money that I've never seen. That's quite frankly what I made in 2 months of influencing in 1 week. Blew my mind. It wasn't even like 7 days, I think it was like 6 days, right? And I showed up, I stayed consistent. I applied all that discipline that I put into posting content, into running a business, and I saw 10x the results I was seeing with the influencing. And glory be to God, because I don't know what made me take that jump, because I've never ran a business a day in my life. I was in school, I never was the most gifted, I was never the most skilled, I was never the most intelligent. Something told me to start, and I started. And I took that seed that God planted and I just watered it. Showed up daily. Now I'm at the point where I'm running a 6-figure business, and it generally feels like I'm building something that's real. And it may sound like I'm repeating myself a lot. I generally cannot express how much coaching has done for me. But I'm looking at you, and you might be disciplined, showing up every single day, putting in work, putting in effort, having this dream and goal of being some young LA athlete or Gymshark athlete, and that is great, right? And I do not want to take that away from you. Go for it. But I don't want you to get there and be completely unaware of what it looks like when you do. Right? The clothes are great, don't get me wrong, bro. I rock with the clothes, the free clothes, the packages coming in, the unboxings, it's all great, right? But at the end of the day, we're doing this so that we can provide for the people that we love, so we can take care of the people that we care about, so that we can do what we need to do to create a life where we can just focus on impact and not worry about bills. Not saying that you can't have impact without money, but you can have a whole lot more with it, you know? But if you're out there, you're posting every single day, you're staying disciplined, and you show up and you get it done, and you feel like you're making no progress, you might just be playing the wrong game. And you're out there praying that some brand, some supplement brand or some clothing brand reaches out to you, and you're feeling stuck, you are just playing the wrong game. And I want to leave you with 3 things that you can actually apply. For one, stop chasing validation. I want you to ask yourself, is the content that you're posting right now genuinely attracting the people that you want, or are you just posting to be seen? Second, you need to stop relying on brands. Build something that is yours, and something that you genuinely believe in, something that you know has a mission to have the impact that you want to have. Thirdly, if having impact is something that you want to do and something that you're posting to do, I want you to understand that you can't have impact without opening your mouth. You cannot just have impact by showing off your 6-pack and your shoulders. That's superficial, right? And the matter of the fact is, there's 100,000 other guys, millions of other guys at that do the same thing. What makes you different? I want you to think about it. God made you one of one in this entire earth, and you have been through things that no one else has been through the way that you've been through it. You are one of one, a one of one testimony. Use your voice, use that to post content that genuinely has the impact that you want to have, right? Your impact doesn't lie in your physique. You're more than that, right? And it took me so long to come to that conclusion before I genuinely figured it out for myself, right? Focus on posting content that genuinely leads men to become better versions of themselves. God does not call you to chase attention, right? He calls you to steward responsibility, to take the gifts that He's given you, the testimony that He's given you, and show people the light. Take people out of darkness, build people up. And right now, if you're still watching this and you're genuinely serious and ready to take that next step into something that's real, something that's yours, something that will have the impact that you want to have, I'm going to drop the link. You go ahead and book a call with me one-on-one, take a deeper look at your situation and see what I can do to help you get it started. I want you guys to know that you're already taking the right step. The fact that you're watching this video and you made it this far in the video tells me that you want to have impact, right? And I believe in you. Regardless of what you do next, I believe in you. Right? Because it takes a real man to hear what I'm saying, even though it might brush you the wrong way, and actually take it into account, actually consider it, right? Not play ignorant, right? And I tell you all this because I lived it. You know, there was a time where I was, chasing the influence, chasing the attention, chasing the views. And quite frankly, I wish I had someone tell me this sooner. And honestly, no one told me this. It's actually something that I came to by myself. If you're watching this and you're that disciplined man that's showing up every single day and wants to have impact, build something that you genuinely love, build something that you genuinely care about, build something that you can wake up and you can do every single day without a doubt in your mind, and know that it's kingdom work. It's not just something you do to get paid. Because if it's just something that you do to get paid, you might as well just go work that 9-to-5 job. The whole point of doing this was to build something that allows you to have the impact that you want to have, right? To do what you feel God has called you to do. Right? When it comes to coaching, honestly, quite frankly, there's not a better time to do it than now. And I truly believe that we're still in the early stages of coaching. And regardless of what people have to say about the scene, of course, there's bad apples. There's always going to be bad apples. But I truly think that it's something that's great. You see a lot of people stepping up and wanting more and realizing that they have it accessible at their fingertips, and it's something that you're either going to take advantage of or you're just going to leave. And regardless of what you do, I just pray that you have the impact that you want to have. And some of you guys are going to take that step, some of you guys aren't. I pray that your content changes. And if you're watching this video and only posted your physique and you want to have impact, you better drop that talking video, man. Like I said, if you're a disciplined man that shows up consistently already and you're ready to take that next step and lead others, go ahead, click that link below. I will jump on that call with you personally and we'll get it done. With that being said, God bless.